hold on. Stop doom scrolling for a second and listen to the question that I'm about to make. I'll make it quick, but if you're over 35, if you're 35 plus, you should listen to this. What if we've been trying to solve our daily struggles in this modern life, starting from the wrong place? Sleep, anxiety, burnout, mental exhaustion, overthinking, feeling constantly on edge, even that strange feeling of being exhausted all day, but suddenly awake at night. For decades, we've been told to change our thoughts, improve our mindset, build better habits, become more disciplined, and even learn how to manage stress better. And don't get me wrong, those things matter, but I think we've underestimated something: the body. What if your body has already made a decision long before your mind tries to explain it? That question has guided me for years. In a minute, I'll explain what happened to me personally. Nothing fun, by the way, real life, but we get to that. Hold on. I've been years studying biology, stress, neuroscience, and human behavior because I wanted to understand why people often know exactly what they should do, yet still trapped in the same pattern. And the more I learned, the more I realized something. Most experts, they explain one piece of the puzzle. Biology explains one part, psychology explains another, neuroscience explains another. The problem isn't that they are wrong. The problem is that most people are left trying to connect those pieces by themselves, on their own. And that's the gap I want to close. Not by creating new science, not by pretending that I've discovered something nobody else knows, but by connecting what we already know into explanations that ordinary people like me and you can finally recognize in their own lives. For me, all of a sudden, life stopped being theory. Last year, my father became seriously ill, and it ain't over yet. So I moved from Italy back to my homeland. And do I speak Italian? Beh, certo che sì. Ci ho vissuto fino ad ora. But anyway, convinced it would be a short staying and moving back to Italy soon, things eventually got worse. For months, my family lived in uncertainty. Hospital visits became part of the day, every day in, day out. Hours a day looking at my father lying in bed, being sick, serious health issues. Like many people, I kept telling myself that I was handling everything reasonably well. Well, my body was telling a different story, a completely different story. My sleep changed, my muscles, they stayed tense, my energy completely disappeared. Eventually, I developed shingles. Yeah, better known as chickenpox. And not only that, and by the time I'm making this video, my nerve is still in a phase of recovery. It takes weeks, months, sometimes even years to recover well. And that experience didn't teach me the science. It remembered me that understanding something intellectually and experiencing it in your own body are two totally different things. It also confirmed something I'd already suspected. The body often speaks long before the mind understands the language. And that's why I created MindShift Nexus. Not to give you another list of hacks, not to compete with academics, not to tell you that everyone else is wrong, but to translate biology, neuroscience, psychology, and human behavior into something that finally makes sense in life. Because once you understand what your body is trying to tell you, you stop blaming yourself. You stop thinking you're lazy. You stop thinking you lack discipline. You stop thinking you simply becoming older. You begin asking better questions. And better questions, they often lead to better answers. If you ever wondered why your body is living a life of its own, why you can't switch off, why you feel tired but wired, or why you've tried so many solutions without really understanding the problem, well, then I think you're going to feel at home here. So, welcome to MindShift Nexus. Let's start where I believe every meaningful conversation about human behavior should start, with the body. Body first, thoughts later. I already made some better questions since quite some time now, because I knew I was looking at the wrong direction. Now, I'm not going to beg you to subscribe. I'm not that kind of guy. But it depends on you if you want to hear some better answers. And yes, they are all science-based, even when very few talk about it. So see for yourself if you want to join, but believe me, it will change the outcome. I'm Edgar Bonroy. This is MindShift Nexus. Peace.